There we go. Alright. Hello. Let me just announce the stream on the Discord. There we go. Alright. By the way, I am using a new microphone setup. I went ahead and messed with my settings. I have now my microphone on a proper mic stand as well.
Can't do that.
So that's fun, finally. Hopefully that'll mean that we're not going to have any like of the keystroke thumping sounds. But that's what I noticed in the recent stream, most recent stream. You could hear me like actually pressing each of the keys because I had my microphone just basically on a tankard, like a Monster Hunter tankard I bought for my birthday a couple years back. And so yeah, you could hear every time I push the key down. Ooh, we actually have a lot, don't we? Oops. That there. Get that away. Hopefully it turns daytime, because it's actually pretty dark, isn't it? I think so. Here's there. I don't know where. Yes, hopefully everyone's having a good night tonight. I wasn't planning on streaming, but figured why not. Also, I'm on a thistle, or rather a pine needle hunt right now. What the heck? What was that sound? Some spider somewhere. Oop, hello. What the fuck? There's nothing I can pick up. What the heck is this? Some needle through a grass there. Oh, Teddy, how are you? I'm doing alright. A little tired, but what's new?
Tired? I'm tired all the time.
Literally me. I don't feel like fighting you. Why is my marker there? I don't think I put that there. It's not intentionally. Hello, Victor. How are you? Oh, something is wiggling the grass for some reason. Um, I want to explore this place here. The top right of the map. That's like the one place that we haven't really gone to, right? We also have to explore this at some point. Which we should be able to. Considering we have... whatever the hell that thing is called. What is it? Blazing Brew. So... yeah. And I made some changes to the, to the base. So it looks kind of normal from here, right? But then... we have an outside area now. Oh, hello. Come back here. You can be poisoned even though you have poison. There you go. Oh, what the fuck? Oop, gotta run. That's a 10 strike. Okay, there we go. Oh, finally we got the hammer thing. I think it's been okay. Oh, is it? That's cool. Are you gonna grab it? It's a fun game.
Water.
Definitely
Finger
keep you
of life.
occupied for a very long time. Especially if you want to do everything. No, I'm out of... Come here. What the? Okay. I swear I had a lot more in my bag. Oh, by the way, so in the last time we were playing this, we were like around... where were we? We were like around here, right? So I did end up finding the thing. It was underground, like I thought, and then I got this thing, which is a spider killer, apparently. I have to upgrade it though. I don't think I can upgrade it yet. Nah, I'm missing one. I also have a new shield, which does damage whenever I block with it. There you go. It is a fun game. But you need a bit of patience with it. There you go. I need sap. I know I have a sap catcher here. And also this log just has sap on it. This really does seem like one of the best places to settle down. Seems relatively easy to defend. And everything. It has like every resource you could need as well. If not here, then nearby. Mess up your sleep schedule. Mine's been kind of all over the place too lately. It's okay. I'll fix it.
Could use some lemon slices, but it's drinkable.
No bug rubber. I think I'll need this at some point, won't I? I kind of want to like make the house all pretty and stuff, but I don't really have a whole lot of options right now for it. There's nothing that I really like, to be honest. And this is like right in the fucking way, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Is this what I need? No. How does the mic sound, by the way? Does it sound like, am I cutting off or anything like that? That is a new setup, so I'm not sure. What is this? Oh. Wait, didn't I fix you? Oh, did something else walk on it? Something else might have walked on it, that's why. I think we're good here. Have some food. We have water.
Bikes can't do that.
Let's see what's over here then. Fuck. Where does this go? Oh.
I'm going bug free for now. Should have brought a jacket.
Oops. Come back, bug. Where is it? Auto saving. The game just ate my bug and isn't returning it. Come on, where is it? I have to go all the way back home. Game literally just ate the bug. What the fuck happened? I have to return. Hold on. Oh, let's do this and then leave. And the game just ate my bug. Send buggy to Nath. No. What the fuck? What happened? Might have to just reload my... Yeah, this is... Wait, what? Wait, when is this? How far back am I here? Oh. I just upgraded this thing. Okay, so we didn't do anything then. Yeah, that's fine. I guess that's in-game time then? Why did— yeah, I don't know why it said 2 hours ago. I guess that was in-game time. That was weird.
This is elating.
Okay, so we have to go around then. Although I just picked up all that sap and now I have to pick it up again. I guess we can do that. Oh, we're out, right? Because I don't have any— yeah, I don't have any bandages. That's why I wanted the sap. There you go. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just go around then. I am not... there.
Science!
I feel smarter already. Tired? I'm tired all the time.
Yeah, I thought one of the things I wanted to mention was I felt like for I felt like for a bit that I was getting botted on the VT channel when I posted my I posted a short from the Is Obesity a Choi's video, or like footage from that video. And literally the whole video, the whole short was me saying that taking care of yourself is hard, but you're either going to be stressed by not taking care of yourself or you're going to be stressed by taking care of yourself, so you may as well take care of yourself, is basically what I was saying. And it's like, I cannot believe how many dislikes that short got. Like, it is... And I'm like trying to think, like, who would dislike that? Like, why is that such a controversial statement to make? Hey.
I should really catch you up.
There we go.
I won't let you die so easily.
I asked you not to do that! What is wrong with you?
Calm down.
What?
How old are you? Just dial it down and give the robot back.
If you want your friend's head, come try to take it from me. Those freaks at Ominent built their network center inside the statue of Wendell and Burgle. You better toughen up before coming here. You won't even survive the first floor. Take your time. I'll be here, waiting for you.
Really? The statue? That's so far away.
Wait, the statue? Isn't that the place I haven't been to yet? Yeah, so we're there. But yeah, I was like, last I saw it was at like, I don't know, 13 likes and like 9 dislikes, that short. It's such a weird thing too, because genuinely I'm genuinely one of the last people you'll ever know that'll call things transphobic, because like obviously people that call transphobia usually are saying it in instances where someone is just critiquing a trans person, and so they'll call transphobia, because why argue the substance of the argument and not just go for ad hominem? No? People are dumb like that. But when it's like stuff like that, and it's just like, it makes no sense to dislike anything. Like, it's such a tame thing to even say. Like, what is there to dislike about it? So I'm just like, is that a like a transphobia thing? Or is it people just don't want to hear the fact that they have to do something about their health? because it really could be either or, honestly.
Let's take a second to get our composure.
Could be about their health, maybe. I honestly don't know. Like, it's actually hard to say who could possibly be behind that sort of thing.
Riding you is a metaphor for capitalism. Water, bringer of life.
Also, I'm pretty sure I'm tough enough to go into this area already, so why not just head inside? But yeah. What? Oh. I might have a video to react to later, by the way. I haven't, like, I want to react to it, but just felt like chilling out for a second. Maybe a microphone.
This is
Don't really
elating.
need that right now, so... Okay. Fuck. I'm actually fairly strong right now. My dual blades here are maxed out and do poison damage. And I also have a talisman on me that makes everything
No
that makes me
matter
do.
how high it rises in the ranks, it's still just a stink bug. Function over
That's on.
fashion, Willow.
It makes my 3-hit combos deal additional damage. There's a thing there that I need to open apparently. So I'll go over here. Ooh. Oh. Wait, what? Where am I? Enter the network center. Oh yeah, I guess I probably have to talk to the lady, don't I? At some point. That's not gonna open. Oh man, I cannot see at all in here. There we go.
Science.
I feel smarter already.
Someone's lost ring. It's pretty. Wait, what? Acid? From where? Oh. Oh, well, you're not coming down, so... Hey. I'll take this. chocolate chunk. Cool. Oh, this place is a maze, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. What are you doing? Oh, right, that's the guard position. Buggy, come up here. Come on. My buggy can't step on clovers. Try and run over here, see if my buggy can't teleport instead, I guess. There you go. This place is pretty. What even would this be, though? If it were actually scaled properly. I feel like that's actually one of my bigger problems with this game. I can't imagine how this would look if we were like real size, like a, you know, normal sized.
Science.
Hello. Ooh.
I'm going bug free for now.
Fuck. Did that mess with my buggy again? Did my buggy just teleport away again? I'm never getting my buggy back, am I? That's a teleport thing. Wait, where does this go to? A lot of candy bars. Or granola bars, I guess. Where am I now?
How's this look? Think I'll start a new trend?
Where am I? I don't recognize this place. I don't know if I've been here before. Oh. Huh. Yeah, I might actually not be able to. Come on. Let me just make sure my buggy doesn't get messed up entirely. Run away for a bit. I hope that it comes back. Oh, there's a scorpion just standing guard there. I swear to God, this fucking game better give me back my buggy. This game just doesn't know how to buggy properly. Like, bro, load. There you go.
I'm expanding my palette.
Okay. So we have to save here. Actually, let's go down here like later.
Bikes can't do that.
See if we can't deal with this thing.
Just how many bugs have had that device implanted?
There you go. I actually got a stinger. I think I know where I am. What is all the walking? Who's walking? Oh, the little guys.
You got it!
Science.
Get enough of these, and they just hand you a PhD.
I don't need to fight the scorpion, it's fine. There you go.
Nab it all, buddy.
Yeah, you'll just stay there. A ton of granola bars. I need to come here from the other side. Interesting. No monitor though, I can't report to the lady. Anything else down here? I need one more milk molar. One more. Something back here? Nah. Can I get out? This game is really dark. Oh yeah, I was thinking of like doing a series. Wonder if people will find it interesting. A series where I talk about like hot takes and stuff. Give some thoughts about some things that I don't really like how people approach them. The general discussion around them largely. For the VT channel. How do I get out of here? You stay there. What the fuck? Hello? The game just teleported me back out?
Whoa!
That was weird. Yeah, I wanna do like a video similar to how when Pokimane that one time. Whoa, there's a lot of bandages here. I don't know if I saw that the first time. I guess we don't need all of those bandages. But yeah, similar to when Pokimane made that stupid tweet. Ooh. That one time. Whoops. Sorry. Bro, stop moving. And I went on a rant about it on stream. I want to do something like that again. Oh, here we are. Okay. Cool. So we have our way out then. That was a weird sound. Continue then. I just fell down the same hole. Great. Right. Let's give you ideas. It should be fine.
Bikes can't do that.
We do actually have to make our way up then. Okay. Right, so we need to get behind this thing, right? Okay. Nothing there that can really help us. There is a wire thingy. Oh, it just leads into this thing, never mind. Okay then. Do we go this way then? Scorpion there. On. No way around, is there? Nothing obvious, anyhow. Then we go down here.
Ouch!
Oh.
Not very graceful.
There you will.
Buggy's looking
Okay.
like me after a roller coaster.
Hello, Zeta. How are you? What was that? What's up there? Trying to find my way around. I'm not entirely sure how to get there. I'm probably just missing something right in front of me, as usual. Yeah. Scorpion right here. Sneak around. Captain Turbo.
Anything, add that one to the list, kids.
Why are you named Captain Turbo?
Really patch you up. Whoa!
There we go. And, dead. Stabby stinger. Is that a talisman? Final hit. Oh, so I can have venom on everything. Interesting. Okay. I have to find a different entrance to this place. Since this place doesn't seem to be the way to go.
Science.
I feel smarter already.
Oh. This the way to go. Being small is fine so far.
Science.
A little confused on how to get to my objective though. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. End of the world there.
Science.
Ah, here we go. Last milk molar that I needed. Mutation. Right. We have max arrow stack. I don't think I need that. Maybe need to save up a bit more. Also, I was tossing around the idea of like some video ideas earlier. I was thinking about since I've already done the video like talking about the Pokemon One of my first videos that like what did well on the other channel, the VT channel, is the Pokimane like controversy, where she said things like she said something. She said believe victims or something. She tweeted that out, so I made a video about it. It's basically just like my thoughts on certain things.
Science.
Is there a certain like... Ooh, what's that? Flower petal, okay. Everything's immediately start attacking my...
Death is fun. This is elating.
Because there's just some opinions that I have that I feel like people just don't approach them from a fair viewpoint. Personally, like anytime I hear people discuss these things, it always goes like radically either left or radically right, and get very frustrated by it.
You're here just in time. And aren't you in luck? Because my team has found you more transmitters to hack. Each one you hack brings up...
My issue's so quiet. Is it because my camera's in the wall?
Her army. In this area, at least. And do let me know if she contacts you again with more information. Tell me more. I am so eager to see you, or even us, fight against that feisty little splinter. Well, I'm guessing you're heading over there. You will love it, by the way. Our interior designer really likes gray. Very trendy.
That was weird. Hack all remaining thingies? Well, I did that, didn't I? Yeah, so these are the ones that I've already done. Ooh. Feather arrow. That's neat. This is a stronger arrow than my current ones. They require feathers. I don't have much feathers though.
I caught a chewy bit. Not doing that.
I also think that people are just too blinded by, like, their bias on certain things. Like, obviously everyone has a bias, and there's nothing wrong with necessarily having a bias if you could admit that you have one. But one of the things that I want to discuss is, like, There's a big thing right now going on. Ooh. There's a big thing right now. And a discussion that's been having, that a lot of people have been having for a few years. Like, does body count matter and stuff? I feel like I feel like the discussion gets like way too for lack of a better word, emotional. Whenever people actually talk about this, like no one can discuss it like civilly. Or like the two sides that do talk about it. Did I just slip under this thing somehow? Hello? Oh, yeah, this thing is like weird. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like the topic of like, does body count matter and things, the two people that talk about it the most are either people who are largely like adult content creators and or people who have slept around a lot already, and like Christians or like very religious people. You know what I mean? So it's like, obviously one side is gonna believe that they shouldn't be judged for their decisions that they've already made, and the other is unbelievably biased because they already took a stance, like, because of the Bible said so. And it's like, can there not be like more nuance to that conversation? Jump! Ow. There you go. There you go. Never entertained religious ideas. I respect religious ideas, sometimes. Not in every case. I respect, I guess, different takes for the most part. Up until you get to the point where it's like, well, I said this, therefore that's the way it should be. Or where you're just blatantly ignoring like the other person's opinion. That's where I stop caring about what you have to say. Or like stop caring about like statistics and things. You know, as long as you remain rational, then I'll hear you out. I'll, you know, obviously won't agree with you all the time, but I'll at least acknowledge what you have to say. But yeah, I don't know, it's just in particular when it comes to that topic, I just feel like I don't know, I feel like there's too many too often when we have these conversations, it's the people that are talking about it are just like on the extreme ends of the spectrum, and it's like, I'm not here to hear out the extreme. I want to discuss like the actual nuance. Whenever you get to the extreme, you never hear the nuance anymore. Oh, interesting. Me putting all things away means that anything that my friend here had is put away as well. Yeah, scripture thumpers, yeah, I'm not particularly keen on hearing them out either, especially because so often does the scripture contradict itself, and they're only ever pointing out the parts that benefit their political agenda. So I don't really care to hear you out if you're not even gonna hear out your own thing that you're quoting. Keep that actually. I don't need these though. I have so much in my inventory.
Water, bringer of life.
I need mushrooms.
Now we're talking.
But yeah, when it comes to that topic in particular, I feel like I have a more, I don't know how you would put this. I don't know, it sounds kind of arrogant when you put it this way.
Taste is a luxury few can afford. At this size, anyway.
I feel like my stance is a bit more maybe valid. Sugar rush. Oh, run faster. Oh, interesting. Because and I'll like make a the fuck? I'll make like an actual proper video on this. I'll probably stream it as well when I'm recording it. But well, you know, just for like to discuss it right now a bit. I'm someone that has lived kind of like both sides of it in a way. Like, because it wasn't until I effectively went from like after my first breakup when I was 14. After that point, that breakup was so traumatizing and everything. And that whole experience was so traumatizing that after that I was basically like, okay, I basically have to want to marry you to even like want to kiss you anymore. That's basically how that whole thing went. And then when I was like 23 at the time, I was already doing content creation, and with my background in content creation, with me not just being on YouTube, but the more, you know, other side of content creation that can't be on YouTube, I was focusing so much on this thing, this intimate thing that I wasn't getting, and it was very, very frustrating and very heartbreaking. And so I met someone that kind of introduced me into like the whole more casual side of intimacy. And so I've lived my life, a lot of my life, being extremely like intimately conservative when it comes to, you know, the intimate aspect, and then very intimately liberal. You know, I've lived both sides a lot, like two kind of extremes in a sense. Things have more chilled out these days. Ooh, marble. So it's like, whenever I hear this argument of like body count doesn't matter, I remember hearing it so much from people around me who also took intimacy very casually. And I'm just like, I'm looking around and I'm just like, do you really think that? Or are you saying it because you've slept around so much that you don't, and you don't want people to judge you for it, even because you know that they're going to if ever they heard your history, basically. You know what I mean? And then you have people on the complete opposite direction of being like, yes, it obviously does matter, and if you do anything with anyone that isn't like your like forever partner, you're a terrible person. And it's like, I've lived that life of feeling that way, even though I was never religious. I've lived that life. And I can tell you, it is like one of the angriest I've ever been. Like, just the amount of rage and hatred that I had, in part because I was feeling this way about intimacy, is something that I can't really describe it, how intense it was. And effectively the only reason I even, well, not the only reason, but the reason why I even went from being so like conservative in that sort of way to liberal in that sort of way is because I had to like have a talk with myself of like, this is like, it feels like it's killing me. Hold on, I'm get my charger. It felt like it was literally killing me. Not only feeling this level of hatred, but this level of judgment as well. On top of the fact that I was very fixated on this aspect of life that just wasn't happening for me. And so I basically had to ask myself the question, like, I had to basically tell myself like this: either you're going to live in pain because you're going to let someone into your life, and rather, let me start over. You're either going to live in pain because you're not allowing yourself to live, or you're going to live in pain because you're allowing yourself to live. But at least you get to have people around you. Which one do you want? Like, which one do you choose? That was basically what I had to ask myself. Which one am I okay with more? Living in pain alone, or living in pain with at least someone's company for a little while? It's effectively what it all came down to. And so, and whenever I hear this conversation, it like, I feel like I just never hear. I never hear it from like a moderate point of view. It's always, I've already made these, like, I've already made my choice, so I can't like back out of it, you know, like people who have already slept around trying to convince other people that it doesn't matter. But it's like, how can you feel that way? Like, are you gonna really tell me that if you had a kid and you heard that your kid was sleeping around with like 20 people, you know, within the span of like 3 months, are you really gonna tell them like, oh yeah, that's fine, because it doesn't matter, body count doesn't matter, none of that matters, it's perfectly fine, it's perfectly healthy? There's no way you would actually feel like that. There's just no way that you feel that way.
This is elating.
But at the same time, someone who, you know, is saying things like wait until marriage type stuff, when they reflect and they feel the level of like anger and judgment towards people who are living life differently from how they want to, you can't tell me that they are happy with themselves either. At the end of the day, I think really what it comes down to is that body count matters. It matters a lot, but to what degree depends entirely on the person. Because for some people, like, it's even just like, you know, a thing in their life where they're like, yeah, I actually want to hear about my partner's experiences because it's the thing that I'm into. And it's like, okay, well, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. No one can tell you how to feel. You know? They're just into that sort of thing. And then on the flip side, they're just like, I, you know, have traditional values. I want to start a family. I want someone that, you know, I can trust doesn't have the because I mean, statistically, it is just a, ooh. Hello. Alright, who wins? Probably the wolf spider, but oh, there goes one. How much damage are they doing to him?
Anything interesting out here?
Hey, there you go. Wow, they actually did a lot of damage to him. There you go. But yeah, it is just a known thing. It is a known thing that people who have more intimate partners are less satisfied with relationships. It is a known, documented thing. You cannot will yourself to be different from the rest of humanity because you have different values. It's not possible. So someone who obviously wants to start a family will probably prefer someone that has had less intimate partners because those are people that align closer to their values and will have an easier time getting the same values. It's not a hard thing to understand. And neither is wrong.
I'm a well-respected artisan.
But like, why people have to pit like their side against each other? You know, as if they're the only ones that can be right or whatever. Yeah, you can't force it on another.
Could use some lemon slices, but it's drinkable.
Again, it's like, why I have to just wonder, why do people like, it's not really that much of a wonder why people are like prudish when it comes to this, because you know there's real reasons to why. I mean, there are religious reasons, which are kind of arbitrary reasons in my opinion, but then there's reasons like, again, statistically, people who have had more partners are less likely to enjoy a long-term relationship. There's gonna be more like dissatisfied. It is just a statistical fact. You'll just have to accept this and move on. So it's not hard to figure out why are people prudish about it, but I have to wonder, why are people so adamant about trying to convince others that it doesn't matter? Control and influence is of course a thing, but I would argue like that's obviously of course a thing. I would say part of it is of course overcompensation. Because again, a lot of them, let's face it, don't want to admit that they fucked up. That they messed up by having a lot of partners, and then they go on like dating apps because they're like, okay, you know what, I had my fun, I want a real partner now. And then every time they tell someone that they slept with like 30 people, they immediately back away. You know, like that is a real thing. And it's like, you can't blame them for that because, you know, that is, you know, people still want families, and starting a family with someone that has had 30 partners is not a great statistic. But on top of that is also the compensation of, well, all, you know, coming from particularly women's perspectives. Women compensating and being like, well, all our lives we've been told that we can't sleep around and have fun the same way that men have. Which, first of all, like, I'll be honest, I've never known a single man to ever be like, yeah, it's perfectly fine when a man sleeps around. Not a single man has ever said that. And all of the men that I know that have slept around have been like, I fucked up so bad. I should not have done that. They've just admitted it to me on their own. I never even pressed them on it. They were like, yeah, I have to admit that to people now. It's a fucking mistake. Like, why did I do it? I shouldn't have done it. You know, like, it's not something they gloat about. You know, maybe they had their fun in the moment, but afterwards they're like, Jesus. You know, like, the only men that I've ever known to like gloat about their body count are men that are like incredibly, they're like manosphere type people, usually. Which is obviously like the most toxic form of masculinity right now out there. That would kill you if you did it. If you did it. Yeah, Andrew Tate people. I wonder if I should make like a hut or something here. The only thing I don't like about this place is the fact that there's no place for like a shed or anything. I would love a better place to put this stuff, to be honest. But I need it close enough to the house, that way if I decide to build, I don't have to go walk away to grab it, you know what I mean? But yeah, so women often, you know, some women, I won't say all, but some women very often compensate by saying, well, men are allowed to do it, so should women. And it's like, I don't disagree with you that you should be allowed to do it. I'm just saying that you probably shouldn't do it, because there are statistical reasons as to why it is a bad idea. And that doesn't just go for women, that goes for men as well. It's just that for men it's not as easy to sleep around. You usually have to be like, you know, rich and very handsome and probably morally reprehensible, let's just be honest, in order to like sleep around as a man. It is not nearly as easy for a man to sleep around, but they do still suffer the same issues for sleeping around. Whereas all a woman has to do realistically is just go to a bar, and someone will probably try to get with them, even if you're not necessarily attractive. Not saying that it's gonna be the healthiest thing, not saying it's gonna be the safest thing, but it is easier. Mosquito. Mosquito. Get away from me. Fuck off. An offshoot on the side of the house. Like back here might be good, yeah. Maybe back here? Because there's like no place for like a separate thing. It's like at the side of the house, like a garage or something. I don't know why I took that apart, I could've just moved it. It's stupid. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh no, but yeah. A lot of the women try and downplay the meaning of sex because they are capable of having a lot of casual stuff. And they don't want other people to look at them poorly for it. But it's like, listen, the fact of the matter is, if you can't... Oh man. Get my stuff ready. The fact of the matter is, realistically, no. No one should be looking at you and frowning upon you for your decisions in that way, sure. You know, I think that's fair. But at the same time, don't expect people to
Anything
consider
interesting
you
out
as valuable in regards to like dating. Because guess what? It actually has a fucking impact. It actually does matter. It's, you know, it's a hard sell to tell your children, you know, hey, don't do these things. Oh, by the way, your mom did all of these things. You know, or your dad. You know, it's not, that doesn't go just for like intimacy, that goes for literally anything. Don't do drugs. Oh, by the way, your dad used to be a drug addict, an alcoholic, and all these other things. It's like, well, what the f- I'm supposed to not do these things, but it's okay when dad does it? You know? It's a hard thing to sell a child because children are not stupid. They're inexperienced, but they're not necessarily stupid. And naive. This can be the... What? Wait, that's a full ladder? Full staircase? That's weird. I don't remember doing that. You guys hear something scream over there? But yeah. I feel like just whenever we talk about these things, people don't... The two people that talk about it are the people that are like that are obviously going to be the most biased around it, and are obviously going to become the most hostile around it because they're so adamant about their belief and why they're right. And I find that to be very, very frustrating to hear. But I'll make like a proper, like... What that? What down there? Scorpion?
Anything interesting out here?
He's just chilling over there, it's fine. This will be my workshop. Or part of the workshop. Can you put this here or something? Hello. Where put? Probably like right here. Huh. That kind of works. Cool. Come on. Yeah, I mean, people like that usually are just... They do that because they don't want to confront the idea that they might be wrong. Is usually what comes down to. Which again is it's a very like real thing. No one wants to admit that they're wrong, even people who are, you know, fully willing to admit that they probably are, but no one wants to admit that they might be. And people's experiences dictate very like heavily how much they feel about certain things. Like this would be good. I have a plan for this. Like another thing that I want, like kind of around similar notions, is like I get very frustrated whenever people are like adult content creation and stuff is like evil, and like the OF stuff, and like they should feel bad about themselves and stuff, and I'm just like, what frustrates me so much about this is the people that say this kind of stuff are usually people that are like, they're the same crowd that would say things like facts don't care about your feelings, and then you hurt their feelings, and then they stop caring about the facts. You know what I mean? Like, where's my bug? Oh, he's literally right there. I'm blind.
Riding you, bikes can't do that.
To be honest, I probably don't even need the walls, now that I think about it, do I? I think just having like this platform in the back is perfectly good, and just having like the gate is fine enough. There you go. Right. Let's grab this medallion. Look at this, a medallion with hauling strength. Does it work if I'm on this guy or what? What happened? And that's still 12 when I'm on him.
All full, huh?
So what is it when I'm by myself? Oh, 10. Yeah, rage baiters. Well, because here's the thing. Here's why I have such a problem with it. First of all, I have a problem with people that are like that because a lot of the people that are against those type of people, those that make that sort of content, a lot of what it comes down to, like, let's just be fucking honest, a lot of what it comes down to is it's just insecurity. They would love to be with those people, but the fact that they're not makes them insecure. And instead of just acknowledging that and accepting it and just saying it, they have to hate on the people that are doing it because it makes themselves feel better. And it's like, look, I get it. It's, you know, you're insecure. It's fine. Everybody's insecure about something. I'm not, you know, it's okay. We'll get through it, but like I remember very vividly, this, I think if you know the adult scene even slightly, a Middle Eastern, I believe she's Middle Eastern, creator who's no longer in the industry, she went on Anthony Padilla's show and talked about a experience where she was very, very blatantly disrespected because she used to do that sort of content. And I remember hearing this story and I just thinking like, wow, that's awful. Why would anyone just be like that just because she used to do, you know, whatever? And I went to the comments fully expecting people to be on her side. And nobody was on her side. And I was just like, what is this? Where's all this hostility coming from? And one of the comments stuck out to me, and it said something like, if you pump trash into the world, expect to be treated like trash. And it's like, I know, like, for a fact that so many of these people, if this girl walked up to them and said, hey, you wanna have some fun, so many of these people would jump at the opportunity. It's not even a question. It's just a fact. They would absolutely love to have, you know, a night spent with this person. It's just a fact. But they hate her for it. They hate her for the thing that they love her for. You know?
Merciless.
The problem is she hasn't been with them. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Cause like, I feel like a lot of guys and girls too, but you know, we're talking about guys predominantly here, unfortunately. A lot of guys would love to be able to tell their friends and whoever that, oh yeah, I'm dating and, you know, I'm with this person who does content, and I record, you know, doing the content with her. They would love to be able to brag to their friends that they are the ones that, you know, they're doing content with. But because they're not, they take out their anger on her. And again, it's like, listen, if you're insecure, you're insecure. If you have like a crush on her, obviously not the healthiest thing in the world. Having a crush on, you know, having anyone from the entertainment industry that doesn't know who you are. But you can't help it. You feel the way you feel. It's just something that you get, you know, you get through it. You get over it. You know, maybe talk to a therapist. You do whatever. You figure it out. But why are you so hostile towards them, like, actually talking to them? Why are you actually trying to actively hurt them in some way? Like, that just seems extremely bizarre to me. Like, an extremely bizarre behavior to me. Ever since COVID, narcissism has gone through the roof. I feel like there's a few things that cause that. Definitely COVID, I think, is where it kind of shown itself the most, though. I need to find a place that has a lot of sprigs. But yeah. So here's the thing. On that topic. It's two sides. It's one side believes, which is predominantly men, one side believes that the people who do that, and they always talk about women, by the way. They never mention the male people in this, you know, industry. You know, no surprise there, but they're always talking about the women, and that the women in this industry are trash and should be and deserve to be treated like trash. You know. And then you have, on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have women, predominantly, that are like, you are damaging us as women by
This is
starting, you
elating.
know, OFs and things. You're setting us back. Yeah, basically, you're basically setting us back, is what they're trying to argue. And it's like, there's some studies now that are coming out where it's like, people who are literally 12 years old, like 12-year-old kids are saying things like, they legit think things like OF is like a legitimate career path that they could take in the future. And it's like, obviously that's concerning, and that's not something that, you know, that's something that we should obviously strive to address in society, that sort of mindset, because no one that young should be thinking that that is a legitimate career path to take. One, because it's mostly not, for the vast majority of people, it's just not. You will make more money working at McDonald's than starting a page like that. The vast majority of the time. But it's also a career path that it's just gonna get you, you know, a hard time in the future. If people know who you are and people see your face, no one's gonna want to hire you. Should it be that way? No, but it is the way that it is, and it's gonna stay that way, most likely. And so you think that you want this career because you see other people being so successful with it, but who's to say that it's gonna happen to you? And who's to say that even if it does succeed in your way, that you're gonna want to actually do it because you actually enjoy it? You know, there's a lot of reasons to not think that this is the thing that you should be doing with your life. But the way that people talk about it is what pisses me off, because it's like, why do you think, like, let me put it to you like this. Does anyone really think that if they were confident, does anyone really think that if a child was confident in the idea that hard work equals a happy, financially stable life, do we really think that this number of people, children, that think that starting pages like this is an actual viable option? I feel like that number would plummet if they had the confidence that actually, you know, going into some sort of career would yield them actual proper results that they're promised. Like, I just highly doubt, you know, that if you could be like, hey, look, this person over here, like, look at these examples of all these people that actually went to law school, became a lawyer, and are living actually financially stable lives. You know what I mean? Like, if you actually had the examples to show them that it's possible to work hard and get good, you know, benefits out of it, I highly doubt that this number of people would be as high as it is currently. Yeah, if they had the confidence, they would do something different. But the fact of the matter is, people are aware, even at a young age, that either you're becoming a corporate slave and being treated like trash all your life, or you take the chance and maybe do something for fun and get paid for it. You know, do something fun and actually make a decent living off of it. That's why content creation is so big now. Not just because of the fame and fortune, or, you know, the fame, but because people aren't confident in that, you know, the normal process anymore. They want, no matter what time period we're talking about, no matter what, people will always try to do the thing that requires the least amount of effort for the maximum amount of yield, no matter what. That's how it's always been. That's not a new thing. It's been like this across all of history. We just didn't have the means to do it the way that we're doing it now, until recently. People will do the thing that they think is the thing that will make them the happiest and make them the most free and financially stable. That's just how it is. We can complain about the fact that, yeah, maybe sure, in some instances, this sort of content is a little too readily available for anyone of any age. There's an actual critique to be made there. But usually the way that that topic or that discussion goes is not the way that it should. The way that discussion should go is the parents need to do better at actually parenting their children. The way that it's currently going is COSA, which is the fucking censorship of the entire internet.
I'm a well-respected artisan.
Did I eat that thing already? I did. Need more food. Where are the weevils? There's usually weevils that come around here. Where's my bug eating? New pollen. What was I gonna look for? Oh yeah, I need stems. Yeah, there's people, it's parents largely failing their children, and then they go, well, I didn't do anything wrong, it's the internet that did it. And so they fucking do stupid shit like support COSA.
Let's take a second to get our composure.
Not understanding that they are the reason to their own failure. It's like, maybe if you didn't give your kid a fucking iPad before they can even say a word, maybe they wouldn't know all these vulgar things.
Now we're talking!
Go up here. But yeah, it's just like, there's also the whole other side of it where it's like, you know, adult, you know, content stuff is detrimental to society. And it's like, first of all, I can't even find any data that suggests this. I've seriously tried, and everything that I found says We don't know. We actually can't tell. And and a lot of the just from what I found, the data largely that says that this sort of content is damaging to people, a lot of that data is either founded by or the research is done by religious organizations. And it's like, how the hell am I gonna take you seriously about this thing when you're obviously gonna be against it from the beginning? So many fibers. On top of that, again, we're talking about like the extremes here, right? Oh, pollen. The two sides that are against this sort of content and want it banned are people who believe it's plaguing society from a conservative perspective, who are like Andrew Tate people, and people who believe that this is plaguing society from an extremely liberal perspective, who are like, and this is like a broad, I understand there's a broad sort of generalization, but these are people that are, from my experience, people who, you know, do like girls' night, let's go out, get hammered. And Andrew Tate people are also people that are like, boys' night, let's go out and get hammered. And it's like, if you want to talk about a plague on society, start talking about alcohol first. Don't talk to me about, you know, adult content. Why don't you talk about the literal thing that has been confirmed repeatedly to increase, you know, increase likelihood of cancers, that is absurdly addictive, that makes you not only, you know, die faster yourself, but makes you at a severe risk of making other people, you know, die as well. Just because they're in proximity of you and maybe you couldn't keep it together and not get behind the wheel. Not to mention, you know, violent outbursts. Not to mention bouts of depression where people panic and then, oh look, there's that thing I have in the drawer that I'm supposed to be using for, you know, safety, but, you know, depressed and drunk, so here's a neat party trick. Like, if you want to talk to me about a plague on society, I don't want to hear anybody talk about it. Like, and yeah, sure, you can talk about things like at the same time. Fine. But if I just find it so hypocritical that the exact two people who are against this sort of content are the exact people poisoning their body with something that is a known killer. And it's like, I just can't take you seriously. Alcohol makes people too much money to care about the people that consume it. I mean, it's not even like the alcohol companies, though. I mean, yeah, that is a part of it, and it's just so ingrained in our culture. Like alcohol
Join the
and
proletariat.
narcotics have just been a part of our like human culture from the very
Bottle
beginning.
in scenic color.
So it's like, and that's the thing. I'm not even saying here, like I'm not even saying to like ban alcohol. Like if I could just ban alcohol and know that it would have good, like a good outcome, I would. But we know that it won't, because we've done it before, and it had the shittiest outcome we could have imagined. Like when you look at what happened in Prohibition, you know why a ban on, you know, this particular content is one of the worst ideas you could possibly come up with, because it just makes people do it more, and do it in an even more insidious way than what we were trying to achieve. But these people who complain about you know, this particular content, I don't see these people protesting outside of liquor stores. I don't see them protesting against cannabis stores, and cannabis has downsides too. I don't see them protesting you know, like these things that we know that have downsides, and like serious downsides, but they protest the thing that we can't even tell if it has downsides. Like for all the studies that we've done, we just can't like figure it out
Bikes can't do that.
for some reason, and they're against it that adamantly. At the end of the day, the reason why this sort of content is on the upward spiral is because people don't have confidence in the world economy as it stands. So people have to do what they think they have to do in order to survive. It's a survival thing for like a large part of it. Because a lot of the content creators that you see that do this sort of thing, they don't just do it, like they don't just do that. Some of them do, of course. But a lot of them do it on the side of like a full-time job, or a part-time job, or, you know, 2 part-time jobs. Like they do it on the side of something else. They're maybe going to college, and doing a part-time job or a full-time job. It's not just that, it's usually not just that. It's the side gig to help them afford going to college, or going to get like an actual like long-term thing. Guess I'll collect clovers because I don't really know what to do right now. And if I go fighting things, I'm gonna be able to talk. There's this other set of people too that are against it, where it's like, I'm against it because I had an addiction to it, so I know how bad it is. And it's like, okay, I get that. You were one of the unfortunate people that actually got addicted to it. I understand. That's a horrible thing. And hopefully you can stay off of it, and you should probably stay away from it. I get that. But at the same time, outside of like hearing your story to know of the possible risks, I'm not gonna hear your story and think that your experience is something that I should live by. You know what I mean? Because it's incredibly rare that that sort of thing even happens. That anyone actually gets addicted to this sort of thing. And mind you, like, there's a lot of people that don't drink alcohol. There's not a lot of people that don't consume this sort of content, at least in some instance, in some way. And like, I don't know, somewhere between 3 and 6% of all people would say that they have some issues with it. Like, you know, some like kind of codependence on it in some way, or some unhealthy relationship with it. That is a lot of people, but it's a very, very small amount of people compared to, like, again, alcohol addiction. And all these other harmful things that we know we shouldn't be doing. So it's a thing that we should be taking seriously. And at the end of the day, what I think it comes down to is these things shouldn't be banned, but we should know we should inform people on what the risks are and then let them make their own decisions about it. If they get addicted to it, it's their own fault. Fault is an interesting thing. I would say like addiction to that sort of content is a harder thing than something like alcohol, because chances are you've seen someone in your family addicted to alcohol. So if you get addicted to it, it's like, well, you probably saw the signs that you were gonna, you know, likely to be addicted to it. So it's kind of like, you know, you could have at least put 2 and 2 together. Maybe. You usually don't see any family members viewing this sort of thing. So it's like, it's hard to know if you have that sort of personality in you that you might get addicted to it.
I'm expanding my palette.
Literally all men on both sides of my family are alcoholic. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense that being exposed to that for so long, you can probably put 2 and 2 together that you would probably get addicted to it as well, or very likely to. That's why I stay away from it, for the same reasons. You know, I've had drug addicts and alcoholics in my family, on both sides of my family, so I don't bother. On top of that, it just doesn't interest me. I feel like there would be nothing more frustrating than not being in full control of myself. I'm still paranoid that my microphone is gonna be weird. I don't know if it sounds better or worse to you guys, because I have like an actual like microphone setup now. So I don't know if like hearing I don't know how well you can hear the clicks and the keyboard inputs. I finally remembered to put on Mythicism. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. If it helps with that. And still be mindful that you have an addictive personality. Or probably have one. Yeah. Yeah, again, all of this falls down to both sides have risk. When it comes to the body count, does body count matter? You know, people will have different experiences. Some cannot, you know, fool around liberally and be okay with it. Others can to an extent. And both sides have downsides. And when it comes to viewing certain like, types of content,
Now
some
we're talking.
some people, very, very few people, will be severely negatively impacted. And yes, it is probably content that is a little too much out there right now. But just because there are these risks doesn't mean that it should go away entirely, nor can it. And rather than like getting mad at these corporations that rose up, you know, these blue YouTubes, if you really want to do something about it, like all you can really do, the best thing you can do is inform yourself, inform your kids and stuff about the risks that come with it, and try and vote for people that will actually bring the economy back into like a stable environment. Because as long as the economy is not doing well, people will go into survival mode and do what they think they need to do. And one of those things is putting your body out there. It's been like that since the dawn of time. The fuck? Is there a spider right here or something? I hear a spider. Or is it in it's in the tunnel maybe? Are you down here, Mr. Spider? Oh no, you're a cockroach. What the fuck? Well, you two have fun. The three of you. I like these talks. I like having these talked too. I'm very bad at talking, but I do like to talk about these things. I know it takes me like 5 hours to like get my point across, but I'm trying. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm sure I will as like time goes on.
Water, bringer of life.
I'm also trying to play a game, so it doesn't really help. We have one more pallet to fill up, okay. I'm glad you're enjoying these talks. Yeah, the ADHD definitely doesn't help here. Okay. There's still some more weed stems. So that's cool. Or dandelions, rather.
Tired? I'm tired all the time.
I think there's like a headlamp or something in this game that I can make. I forget how. I know it was in the previous game. I don't know if it's available, because the glow... Oh no, yeah, wait, I think it is. The unstable goo, I think, does it? But before it was the... whatever you call it. Fireflies. Yeah. That's, I would say that's kind of what I want to be when it comes to, like, my content. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I want to be someone that takes like the middle side of the whole middle aspect of these things, and then that motherfucker threatened me, so I guess that person doesn't want me being in the middle. Which is so weird to me, right? Like, I have legit I've never seen the term fence sitter be thrown around to the extent that it is right now. And it's like, maybe I just never paid attention to it. But I'm just like, I've seen so many people, like, like, people getting mad at like Charlie, you know, Moist Critical, for being a quote-unquote fence sitter. And it's like, you mean sitting back, trying to get all the facts, and then trying to, like, have a nuanced take is a bad thing? And what is people, what are you talking about? What are you getting angry about? That people aren't being one way or the other? That people can look at something and realize that it's not as simple as, like, you know, taking one side over the other, and that there's good and bad in like all things. Like, the world exists in gray. There is no such thing as black and white in this world. Everything is gray. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Isn't there a headlamp or something? I thought there was a headlamp somewhere. For trendy mages only. I swear there was a headlamp. Eye patch. I swear I played a game recently that had like a headlamp on it, and I don't remember what game it was. Because I don't want to hold a torch in my hand. Yeah, Charlie is an OG. He actually stands by what he says, even if people don't agree with it. You have to admire that. I'm still kind of getting used to that, you know? Because, like, I feel like I'm someone that struggles. When I see someone disagreeing with me, I'm, like, taken aback a lot of the time. Because usually my stuff isn't, like... my stuff usually isn't, like, super controversial a lot of the time. It's something that most reasonable people can look at and be like, you know, even if they don't agree with me, they can be like, oh, well, I can see how you got there, you know, that's fair. So whenever I have people trying to debate me on anything, I'm like, wait, what is there to debate? Did I not say it properly? Like, what are you agreeing with? Because I don't understand, you know? It's hard for me to, like, wrap my head around sometimes when people disagree with me. Which is obviously something I need to, like, work on, but... Okay, so apparently there's no headlamp anywhere. Which is really a shame. I'd have to run around. Oops.
Riding you is a metaphor for
I
capitalism.
did it again. There you go.
Whew. Now we're talking.
Oh. That's, I'm sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate. There you are. They fixed the praying mantis, by the way. You can't really choose him anymore. Oh, what the fuck? Ow. Oh, I see. Oh, we're really just cutters. Yeah, I can see how that would happen then. Fuck. Hopefully you're in a better community after that then.
Tired? I'm tired all the time.
But yeah. I've never seen so many people I've never seen so many people be like outraged at the idea that like you aren't taking one side or the other, and it's like, why do I have to take sides? You know? And I'm not even talking about like difference of opinion necessarily. I'm talking about people are legit angry at like, oh yeah, I saw that person. I don't like them because they have both conservative viewpoints and they have like liberal viewpoints. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's literally, isn't that literally everyone? Like, what do you have to have all viewpoints of that one side that you're on? That is the most insane thing to try and say.
Merciless.
I need food. No? And that's kind of where I'm a little bit concerned when it comes to like the VT channel a little bit. Because I know that like the content that I'm making, yeah, they keep putting away my granola bars. I know the content that I'm making, you know, whenever I make a video that's discussing or critiquing, you know, third wave feminism, for example. Of course, that sort of thing, you know, liberals aren't gonna really watch that sort of thing. Because, well, largely, right? But a lot of the people that are going to watch that are, unfortunately, are largely men, but also they're largely men who are, have been, burned. Oh, hello. Battle stations. Nope. Oh, they're going away. Okay, well, that was weird. I shot a rock in it and it fucking just buried underground. But yeah, so whenever doing videos about critiquing the third wave feminism and, you know, the atrocity that that is currently right now. Oh, look, he's back. Unfortunately, it draws the attention of people who have been burned by third wave feminism, which is disproportionately men. And typically when a lot of the times these men go hard right a lot of the time, which is like, I don't have a problem with like that exactly, but it's not the crowd that I want to draw in either. You know what I mean? Because I'm not hard right. I mean, it's kind of hard to it'd be kind of difficult for me to be hard right when hard right calls for the literal it calls for the literal massacre of me, of my people, you know, being trans. So you know, but I'm someone that wants to give like takes on both sides, and I feel like I'm someone that has a lot more. Again, it sounds kind of maybe arrogant in a way, but I feel like it's just kind of true. I feel like because I am trans, I come from a more so liberal working environment, I feel like I have the ability, a little bit more validity to the fact that I critique these things, because although they try and do well by me and other, you know, like-minded people, they do a lot of harm. You know, like it would be one thing if a conservative critiques these feminist things because, you know, hard conservatives are going to, of course, just not agree with feminist things. But I'm someone that agrees with a lot of the feminist values up until it's like third wave feminism, and I've benefited from it, from, you know, first and I guess second wave feminism. So if anyone should have the ability to properly critique it, it's the person that's benefited from it, but knows that there's a flaw. Oh, my arrow. But it's weird because people would get angry at that. Like people think that I'm a traitor, or would think that I'm a traitor because I don't agree with every liberal viewpoint. But then it's like, well, I'm not a part of conservatives either, because a lot of these, you know, hard conservatives don't want me, you know, alive. Hello? Hello. Like, guy's poisoned. Oh no, he was. I wonder if his poison meter is significantly faster than mine. It seemed that way. He doesn't seem to be poisoned for nearly as long as I am a lot of the time. Oh, here's a weed.
really.
Oh, I cut down the wrong thing. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you have to adapt.
Let's take a
But
second.
it's not even
to
like
get out
trans
the
thing. Like, it's not even like the concept of a trans person is a new thing either. We just didn't know what it was up until recently. We used to think that trans people were just like overly feminine or overly masculine gay people for the longest time. We called them drag queens back in the day. Or cross dressers. Transgender is really not a new concept at all. We're just understanding it more. We still need a little more. Yeah, most people are just black and white these days. I think we were going kind of back to a sort of middle ground, which is good. I think more people are becoming a bit more moderate again. To an extent. I mean, young men are leaning harder right, and young women are leaning harder left, and then I feel like have people like millennials and stuff, maybe older periods of Gen Z who are like going a little bit more in the middle. Is what I would imagine is happening. Yeah. I don't know. I think part of it is also, well, the reason I kind of have my take. I feel like I should have more of these. I don't think I can. I can't really scooch these things over though, can I? Can I? Maybe I can. Try and fit one more. One more. There you go. I need a pebble. One pebble. Pebble.
I'm a well-respected artisan.
There you go. Yeah, I don't think I can scooch it over much more than that. Oh, this thing is still not built fully. There you go. But yeah. It's like, the thing is, I'm also like a victim of like hard leftism as well. Because I spent so many years like trying to like appease to like a very left-leaning group of people, and then all it took was me accidentally pissing off the wrong person, and then all of my credibility within that community that I was spent 5 years trying to build a career in is completely plummeted. And it's like all that time of me trying to do right by everybody didn't matter. Literally all it takes is just pissing off one person, the wrong person, and you are deemed an enemy. And for what? Because I critiqued someone that was mistreating me. That's what it was. I critiqued someone that mistreated me and I had a miscommunication with a different person. So it's like at this point, it's at this point where it's just like, if you want me to be the bad guy, I'll be the bad guy. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care to appease anybody. I'll just say whatever I want. But I'm just tired of like this ultra leftism and ultra right. I don't like either. I don't want to be a part of either. And both sides legit think that they're like, both sides are so much like, yeah, the other side is so intolerant. You can't have different opinions at all, and then you have a different opinion from the one you're talking to, and they hate you. And it's like, wow. I thought the other side was intolerant, right? That's what you were saying. But then I dared to have a different opinion from you, and suddenly you hate me. It's just two sides of the same coin. Everyone is insane. And now they'll say they'll stand for nothing. The thing is, at this point, they're always like, that's the direction, because I'm not here to appease to one side or the other. I'm here just to give my take, my honest take, looking at it from the, you know, looking at the facts as they stand and the possibilities as they may be. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with my frames. I think that might be all the torches. It's always around here that I have a hard time. Just turn these off and then turn them on as I need them. I feel like that has made it a bit better, right? Maybe don't need.
My troops will pay you a visit. I hope you'll put up a fight.
Yeah. I know. I've seen that whole thing as well. The whole, I don't like this person. They don't stand for anything. They don't stand by anything that they say. And it's like, why? Because they believe that both sides have good and bad in them. If that's the way you think, you're a fucking idiot. Like I hate to break it to you, but both sides do in fact have good, and both sides have bad. That's how the world works. I'm not interested in being biased. I'm just interested in people being able to live their lives, but understanding that whatever choice they make, there are consequences. That's it. That's all I care about. And it's only inevitable that someone will call me someone eventually will call me a fence sitter because I don't lean all the way one or the other. And it's like, at this point, then fine, I'll just embrace it. At least you outed yourself to be unintelligent. I should maybe make a temporary base somewhere at some point, right? But this is actually not bad. This has gone through quite the upgrade. Unfortunately, we don't have any more space for... Well, I can like walk up this thing. Yeah. These are pretty cool. I should maybe work on that garden though. Maybe... What am I looking at? Oh, here we go. Oh, there's a bike over there. Oh, okay. Where should I go? What should I do with this thing? Ooh, hold on. Wouldn't it be neat doing like this or something? Hold on. Oops. I don't want to do this. We already have this thing here, right? I kind of want this to like lead around, though. It goes underground. And yeah, the floor needs to be fixed here. And here. What the fuck? Okay, maybe that's not gonna work. But it keeps going underground.
Truly among my finest work.
Yeah, like ish. What? I'm out of pebbles. I am pebbleless. Break rock with face somewhere here. What do you want? Nothing apparently. They just fucking flew away.
Elating.
I don't know. How did this
It's a
stuff
metaphor for
start?
capitalism.
Oh yeah. I think, though, a video series where we talk about these things. I like have them like kind of written out, you know, a bit more, so that we can stay a little bit more
Got it.
on track with the point we're trying to get across. Would be pretty good. Just because I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired of trying to be like, I see these videos of like, oh, it's a video calling out like, you know, hookup culture. And it's like that's a good, you know, we shouldn't be encouraging people necessarily to hook up. We should just, you know, if they want to, sure. But we should be letting people know the risks, right? That's generally the take that I have. And then I watched the video, and it's a fucking video of like slut shaming and like being like, if you're not saving yourself to marriage, or if your body count is above like 2, then you're a slut and you should be ashamed of yourself. And it's like, okay, well, we can't have an actual nuanced and fair and balanced take in this day and age, apparently. And then on the flip side, it's like body count doesn't matter, and it's like, well, that's also not a good message to send, because it obviously does. Just to varying degrees, depending on the person.
Could use some lemon slices, but it's drinkable.
Alright, though. I think I'll be done for today. We had a nice long talk. I don't know how long we were talking about that thing. I don't know why my aunt is biting my leg as well. Like literally twitching. And it's doing it again. Alright, though. It was nice discussing these things. Don't know when the next stream is, but maybe the next stream can be a little bit more in depth, talking about the things that we talked about today. But yeah. Alright. Hope y'all have a good night and sleep well. Thank you all for watching and talking and everything. Okay. Appreciate you all, love you all. Good night. Bye bye.